Hello, MargaretsPearlsTV family, friends, and community. How are you today? I hope you are keeping well. If you're new to my channel, here is a warm welcome from me to you. My name is Margaret. I am a born-again Christian. I love Jesus. I love you, and Jesus loves you more than I. I appreciate your time again and again on my channel. And you may be wondering why I'm doing this series or content of parenting journey. I have been approached by a few parents with some issues, and I can assure you there are nothing safeguarding related, but generally about child development and how to deal with the changes. We all know there is no manual to parenting and no one knows it all. However, there are researches, studies out there, and also there are people who experience more than us. However, I am just privileged and opportune to share the little I know on my channel. This is Parenting Journey Part 2. And this remains sensitive content and not a judgment of your parenting skills. I am sharing experience, knowledge, and I hope to learn from you as well. I am wondering how you got on with the task in the Parenting Journey Part 1. I hope you've been able to complete it, and if you haven't, there is still time. Do take your time. As a Christian, I have learned the importance of praying and taking actions. Hence, this content is titled Parenting Journey Part 2, Pray and Watch. Or you want to say watch and pray. And if you're not a Christian, you still need to pay closer attention to your child or children. In my social care world, we call it safeguarding or protecting our children. Something came to light after the death of a popular entertainer in the United Kingdom a few years ago. There were reports of inappropriate behavior by this person towards hundreds of males and females, ranging from prepubescent to adulthood. That is why we can't afford to ignore the emotions our children may be expressing non-verbally. Our children go through a lot, and if we do not have relationship with them as parents, they look outside for belongingness. Sadly, there is no manual containing all methods of parenting, hence I will refer to the Bible for guidance, seek advice from others, share burdens, and seek counsel from the right channels. When you look at this incident that came to light after the demise of that person, obviously there are people who are aware of this incident and perhaps they don't know what to do, or they just turn blind eyes, and we cannot afford to do that. Safeguarding is everybody's concern. It's everybody's business. And what is the lesson that we should be learning as we bring up our children? Is as we are praying, we are also watching, we're paying attention. I once gave a talk to parents titled The Watchfulness of an Eagle. And it's interesting that the art and act of parenting could be linked to the attributes of an eagle or eagles. Let us start with the characteristics of an eagle. Eagles are fascinating birds. They are mentioned in the Bible over 30 times, and they can teach us a lot about family life, including parenting. An eagle trains its child to navigate life by sending a child out one at a time, and watches the child flying, remaining above the child. The eagle watches a child, puts to practice what she's trained a child. Eagles are protective of their young ones. For example, if the baby eagle falls and doesn't seem to know how to fly, the mother flies underneath it and catches it so that it doesn't die. Isn't that what we parents do to protect our children? Eagles are aware of the capabilities, ability, and development of each eaglet, hence she sends them out one at a time so she can keep an eye. In the Bible, Deuteronomy 32 verses 10b to 11, it says of the eagle, "He shields him just like God shields us, and cared for him just like you and I shield our children and care for them. He guarded him as the apple of his eye, like an eagle that stirs up his nest and hovers over its young." That's how God cares for us. And he expects us as parents to care for our children as well. He calls us an apple of his eye. Like an eagle that stirs up his nest and hovers over its young, that spreads its wing to catch them and carries them aloft. And I want to share a story of a mother And the story goes thus: having just had my oldest child fly the nest, no, I did not push her out. I felt a little like the mother eagle. My child is on her own, but rarely a day goes by that I don't talk to her or text with her about things going on in her life. That's the relationship we should have with our children. Sometimes she just needs to bounce an idea off me. Other times she needs advice. Other times she needs help or just a good cry. When I read this about the mother eagle, I saw myself, the mother said, swooping down, letting my child fly on her own, yet being there to catch her if she falls too hard. I know I will do the same when my second child officially flies the nest. Until then, it tears the hair and returns to the nest daily for reinforcement and encouragement. And that's exactly what God does for us. He parents us, guides us, teaches us. He pushes us out of the nest into the next level. But He's always there flying above us and with us, teach us what to do. If we stumble and begin to fall, He swoops down and lifts us up on His wings just like an eagle. That is what you and I are expected to do as a parent. I find comfort knowing and having God as my best example of a parent. There to guide me as I parent my child or my children, and also there to guide you as you parent your children. It doesn't mean we get it right all the time, however, we will learn from our mistakes. I learned from my mistakes time and time again. And yes, here is the second task for us. And the second task is take the same child you used in the first task, or perhaps another child. Place that child in the middle of a paper, maybe an A4 paper or an A3 paper. And now create the community this child or your children are linked to. So you may do, if you have 2 or 3 children, you may do one child on a piece of paper, another child on another piece of paper. And just build the community around them. We are going somewhere with it. Remember, this content is about watch and pray, or pray. You want to acknowledge the community your child or your children are accessing. So you take each child, place the child in the middle of the paper, and try and create the community around that child. Please do not repeat a community each time. For each child, do different communities. And let's see what you can also teach me. All right. In the next episode, by the grace of God, I will share some potential communities that our children may belong to. You and I need to be aware of this community or communities. It would help us support our children and perhaps protect them as much as possible. Now, until we meet again, please take care of yourself and each other. God bless you, and well done for all you do for your children. I applaud you as a parent, and I applaud myself as well. God bless you, God uphold you, God protect you and protect all our children. You are doing fabulously well. Keep going and stay strong. God bless you. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for joining me again. Bye-bye.